Hello everybody, and welcome to Breakdown, where we talk about the business of the video game industry. I'm your host Corbin, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the end of an era. Specifically for the Nintendo Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS. Let's get started. So, like I said, we're finally getting the end of the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS line of systems in Nintendo's eyes. And the reason for this is we finally have the updated information and potentially hopefully the final information for the closure of the eShops on both of these respective systems. We've known about these closing down for a while, and now Nintendo is finally just putting all this information out there. They put all of this on their Twitter earlier today, and they also have a link to Nintendo support, customer support in there with the rest of the information. So pretty much what they've said is that as of August 29th, 2022, you will no longer be able to add funds to the eShops in this case. Earlier this year, we already had no more credit cards being able to be used, but now we have the no more like eShop cards. You're no longer adding funds through Nintendo's website onto these systems, which is a little sad because all of these great games that are on these systems, morely on the 3DS, they're just going to be stuck on there. But we also have the final piece of information. That is, on March 27th, 2023, purchases will no longer be available, meaning that you can't go into the shops and you can't buy anything. You can still buy things with funds that you've added after 8/29, but you will no longer be able to buy anything in general. So let me just go to Nintendo's support page and just read off what they have said there. It's pretty much the same exact things. As of March 27th, 2023, it will be no longer possible to make purchases in the Nintendo eShop for the Wii U system and in Nintendo 3DS family of systems. It will also no longer be possible to download free content, including game demos. Furthermore, as this date draws closer, related services will cease to function. And then it's, as of May 23rd, 2022, it'll no longer be able to use a credit card to add funds, which we're obviously already past that. And then it has, on August 29th, you'll no longer be able to use a Nintendo eShop card or add funds in any other ways. But they have said that, however, if it will still be possible to redeem download codes until March 27th, 2023. So if you go to a store and you get a download code for a Nintendo 3DS or Wii U game, which you're not really going to do anymore, you can still redeem those guys up until this cutoff date. It's just funds that will no longer be able to be used. And it also says users who link their Nintendo Network ID wallet, which is Wii U and 3DS stuff, with the Switch thing, you can use the shared content to buy anything on all three of the systems until March 27th, of course. And then after that, you can only use them for Switch purchases. And that is really all of the big information from this, according to the shop's closure. But we also have some information that honestly makes me a little happy and glad that these things are still staying around. And this is off their Twitter and off the support page too. It says, even after 3/27/2023 and for the foreseeable future, it'll still be possible to re-download games and DLC, receive software updates, and enjoy online play with Wii U consoles and Nintendo 3DS systems. Now, of course, we have the words in there, for the foreseeable future, obviously telling us that eventually they're going to have to shut servers down, but they've had to do that with previous systems in the past. It's not always the best thing, but it happens, and all of that. But it also is very nice that we will be able to still do online play on the consoles. I remember here earlier this year, whenever I personally got my newest Nintendo system to me, my Nintendo 2DS XL, that I had just a card of Mario Kart 7. I just put that in, and there was like a lobby of like 6 people in there playing online with that, and it was just a super fun experience. And of course, that's not an experience you're going to really have anymore, but it's nice to know that that'll still be an option going forward. And also, it's good that you'll be able to re-download and receive software updates and everything going into the future, which is always just a nice quality of life thing, making sure that you won't just be stuck with stuff. And that is really all of the key information. There's a bunch of Q&As here on Nintendo's support page, but we've known about this for a while, and we're finally just getting those official numbers, and Nintendo just coming out and finally saying that they are officially closing them down. Which sucks because it truly is an end of the era. And there were a bunch of times, being a Nintendo fan, where you just simply had nothing to play on the Wii U. And a lot of download-only games came out that won't be on there anymore. So it's a very sad thing, but a very good thing in the end. Just knowing that, that's how these systems progress. And that's really all I have for this episode of Breakdown. Of course, on these systems, there are tons of games. And if you're listening to this, just put either on the Twitter or wherever, just put a few of these games that you are excited for and that you think people should still be playing instead. And that's really all I have for episode 17 of Breakdown. Thank you for listening, and it truly is the end of an era for these systems. Thank you for listening.